Yo, my people, welcome back to the Fryday podcast. It's me, Big J.
It's Aran.
This week we got a special guest, Celestia. She's the CEO of Role Model Academy based in Leicester. She's a life coach. Today we're going to go through what she does, how she got there. We've got 3 questions we're going to ask her, and hopefully it'll be a good episode. Let's go. So, what is a life coach? I don't think he knows what a life coach is. So you want to go through what it actually is, what it entails?
Sure. Well, my first question to you is, what do you think a life coach is?
Probably like day-to-day, like routine of like where you're at, like whether training or like business or mentally. I'm guessing it's in them aspects.
Okay, fine. So I think for me, like, I wouldn't be a life coach if I hadn't been on a bit of a turbulent journey. And having that background of being in that wrong crowd and then hitting that rock bottom and coming out of it and then building myself up into a transformational person takes a lot of effort, determination. Yeah. So for me, life coaching is a role where we help people transform in the way they think, the way they act, and the way they look. So it's basically like a 3-step process that you take people through that hits every area of their life. But you have to be a really good listener, you have to be a really good visionary, and you have to be an extreme creative. And you have to be able to build trust within people, and they have to be able to trust you. Because if somebody doesn't trust you and you tell them to go and do something, why are they going to do it? Exactly. So it's based on that. And for me, I really care about people. I care about humanity. Yeah. And I don't want to walk this earth feeling good, feeling happy, and people around me are miserable, lost and upset.
You want the same energy.
I want the same energy. Yeah. So my mission with my academy is to create programs and take people on a journey that can really help them get to that level where they feel amazing about their life and who they are and what they want to do.
Is there like a certain type of person that you coach, or do you see people from all like aspects of life?
I have coached people from all aspects of life, but I'd say the main criteria is age 14 to 30-year-olds that need the most help, because these are the guys that are currently getting into them bad habits or in them bad habits, and they still have the opportunity to change. The older you get, the harder it is to change. You can change someone to a level of degree when they're older, but will you change their whole life? Maybe, maybe not. But if you can get it in the bag quicker when they're younger, then they've got more of an opportunity to not only change their own life, but make a difference in the world and change others too. It's like a domino effect, basically.
Yeah. So do parents bring their children to you then?
Yeah, so the youngest I normally coach is age 14. And I've coached people from schools to private schools. And it's amazing. A lot of the young people come, they might be getting bullied at school, they might have really low confidence, low self-esteem, and the parents are just not getting through to them. So they need a role model. They need somebody like me that thinks well and can be a bit kind, but in a different way. You know, you have to be kind to be mean when you talk to a young person. But most of the time, the hardest part of coaching someone that's young is them just turning up. They might turn up for 2 sessions, and it gets to session 3, and then they have a lie-in or something happens, and, you know, you've got your heart on your sleeve for these people, and at the end of the day, you can only try your best.
Yes.
100%.
It's up to them as well at the same time.
It's up to them as well. Yeah, definitely. That no matter who you are, no matter what age you are, you have to want to change. Even if it's just a 20% want to, you have to want to. If somebody doesn't want to change, they're not going to change.
No, you know, I've had that myself. Like, I've wanted to help the closest people around me, and then I'm trying to like just drill it into them, and then it makes you think, like, how can you not be able to change this person's life? Do you know what I mean? And, like, have you ever had that experience, like trying to change people's life? Like, because on the other end, there's no effort and understanding of your opinion, it just makes it really hard, doesn't it?
I would say I'm very good at what I do. I know that sounds a bit big-headed, but I really do push it to the extreme.
I'm probably gonna have to send them your way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm at the end of my tether.
You've got to imagine one day we're all going to be dead in a coffin, and imagine somebody falling. They're falling back into the coffin, and you're there, and you're going, "Come on!" and you're pulling, and that's how coaching is. It's like they're falling somewhere that's not where they're supposed to be, and you're pulling them back. And whether that's to do with their image, to do with their actions, to do with the way they think, whatever that is, you're basically pulling them back into the light from that darkness. And there is light for everybody in this world, but it takes light to draw out darkness.
Definitely.
Darkness can't draw out darkness, you know?
100%.
You must get like a lot of success from like one-to-one meetings with people, and because I can remember in school, in a classroom, the teacher used to say something and
Go in one ear,
go through one ear out the other. But when he used to come and sit next to me, we would actually bash out a lot of work. I'd understand it a lot more.
Bash it out, yeah. No.
This teacher.
I thought you said it. Hopefully you teach it.
But yeah, we used to actually get through and stuff. And he even used to say like, Aaron, you're a bright kid, you know what I mean? It's just that I don't know what it is. You just don't, you get distracted. And I'm like, sir, when you were stood up there, I just don't understand you.
Can't zone in.
Personalisation is everything.
Yeah.
That's why the academy's good, because then personalised one-to-one sessions, people expressing their emotions is a massive part of what I do. Trapped emotions are a real problem for people, and also living in that past and, you know, just not being able to speak out, having that real opportunity to speak out, be heard, and say it how it is with a stranger, not somebody who's family or friend or whatever, but with a real stranger, but with somebody that specialises in that,
Helping you.
in helping someone. Then it's a whole nother ball game. But yeah, I'm quite lucky with what I do. I think it's a real gift.
Yeah, definitely. Must be very rewarding.
And you feel like you've got the experiences to understand them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sometimes you can step into the shoes of.
No, so I was gonna say let's take it all the way right back. Do you want to tell us like where you were born, where you grew up?
Yeah.
life?
So I was born out my mum's vagina in 1990.
Something we got in common. Not your mum's vagina. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, so I was born in Kettering. Have you heard of or Kettering, as we'd say? 25th of June 1990. So my birthday was literally on Sunday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I lived on a farmhouse in the countryside.
Lovely.
All the way up till I was 21. And just used to live that farm life really, but it was.
It sounds amazing though, because it's actually something I'm aiming for.
You know,
Yeah.
that's some people's dream, isn't it? To live
No,
in a
but
farm
that's my dream right now. I want to move to the countryside. I don't want to get chickens. I'm just gonna go to the shop.
But you just want to go to that.
But I want
That
I want
environment.
space.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I want space. Like I want my neighbour to be like
You know what
far
I mean?
down. You know what I mean? Isn't it?
It's nice to have a bit of both worlds. Like when you live in the countryside, you always want to go into the city. You want both
Yes,
worlds. But even though you said about chickens, like we have foxes that come and kill the chickens.
Yeah.
You know, it's
You're
a bit
better
of
off
dog
just
eat dog out world out there. Yeah. So yeah, kind of lived in that like countryside vibe.
Yeah.
But going into school at age 14, my mum and dad split up to start with, which was quite difficult when you're young and you need that like father figure around.
100%.
So my brother and sister.
14, I would say, is a very crucial age.
It's crucial. Yeah. Massively. So mum and dad split up, and then I was like in this farmhouse, me and my mum, my brother and sister, 10 years older, so they had already moved out as well.
Okay.
And then my mum was just like a really soft, kind character. So for like a 14-year-old, I'd say, oh, can I have 20 quid or can I have 30 quid? And she always used to give me it. But that 20, 30 quid would buy a pack of L&B and a bottle of vodka.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in them days.
Exactly. So until like year 9, I was like really good, like a really normal kid, you know, did all my grades, turned up on time. And then I literally one day had my hair cut short.
Yeah.
And
What made you do that?
Sorry, I
Sorry.
need to cough. Sorry, what?
Sorry, what made you cut your hair short?
I think when you want to, when you're young, you want to be creative, don't you? You want to be creative with yourself.
Because there weren't social media back then, right?
No. Might have had Facebook, I don't know.
Yeah,
God
yeah.
knows. But had my hair cut short. I was hanging around with the 3 coolest girls in the whole year. And I went to school and they were like, you look like a lesbian, you look like a mushroom head. I don't want to be your friend anymore.
Oh, fuck it.
So at age 14, it was like, boom, out of the cool group into the toilet. So I sat on my own in the toilet every single lunch break. And it got to the point where I was like, I'm eating my burger on the toilet seat, do you know what I mean? Which isn't very nice, is it? No. Have you ever ate a burger on the toilet seat?
No.
Probably.
No, I haven't.
He definitely has. You've got that. So yeah, so going through that, it was a bit weird. And then yeah, I thought if I don't leave this toilet and make friends, then you know my mental health is going to be affected, etc. Else. So the only people that would accept me were the chavs. Now I don't know if you know what a chav is.
Yeah.
Are you a chav?
No, I think I'm like a modern day chav. I think,
modern day chav,
No,
okay.
because I watched this thing here where like.
I reckon in school now
Chavs
they would
evolved.
call us.
Yeah.
Innit? You get
They
me?
would call us chavs.
Yeah, if we like.
Yeah.
What they were.
No,
they
but the chaps were cool as well.
They weren't bad people. I'm not sitting here saying they were bad. They weren't bad, but they accepted me for who I am. So that's kind of nice. But in that same breath, within a week, I was smoking weed. I was stealing from shops. I was drinking vodka. So within...
What is this still? Sorry, in like farm village.
Pardon?
Do you still living in the farm?
Yeah, still living in the farm, age 14, in that toilet, didn't have any friends.
Everywhere you go, you got different crowds.
Yeah, of course.
Had to make friends, and that was who accepted me. But what I'm telling you is from that moment onwards, my life changed, like, dramatically.
Yeah, and I must have massively.
When I left school, I got no GCSEs, not even a G or an F or an E.
Was it that exact moment of your friendship group changing, or was it kind of like your dad's left the house and I can kind of do whatever I want?
It was both, but I'd say the friendship group was the biggest. Yeah.
Because you would have just carried on chilling with them.
Exactly, yeah, definitely. Yeah, who you hang around with, you become. That's why I say if you're hanging around with the wrong people, just get rid and hang out on your own. Because there's so many billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of people on this planet. You could be hanging out with anybody at any given time. If you're hanging out with people that are pulling you down, bringing you down, making you feel worthless, you need to get out.
You change that energy around you.
No, it's dead.
Yeah,
Dead. So yeah, so left school, you know, with a bit of a blank canvas, bad health, bad language, bad friend circle, no real drive, especially getting to school on time. Like, I got told that I was the worst student for turning up on time in the whole year.
The worst thing is, I don't know if I'm bad for this, but I've been telling people for years that it's actually good to turn up
Late.
when you want to.
Well, it's
Do you know what I mean?
Like,
Like,
what it is, it's selfish for everybody that else is there that's waiting.
No, if you've
for
agreed
you.
to a time.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, at school you agreed to turn up on time. Yeah, you got
But like all these different avenues, I feel like in the modern world, in the rat race, like they're all telling you to turn up to this exact moment at this time. It's like, so do you know when you get a wedding card,
Yeah.
and it says 8:30, what time do you turn up?
8:30. What time you turn up the next day? I'm like, oh, sorry, mate, I was busy.
Me, I'm telling the missus we need to walk in there 9:45.
They've already got married.
Because the truth, but the truth, from my experience, that's the time we need to walk in. Otherwise, we're just hanging about.
Before then?
Yeah, but have you actually? Can I ask you a question?
Because that's the real time it's going to start.
Can I ask you a question? Have you actually turned up on time ever?
I've obviously have turned up, but
No, you didn't. It was yes or no.
No, I have turned up.
You
before.
have turned up on time.
Yeah, I
On
have.
time.
But like majority in my
It's not small talking. It's part of the like whole.
my whole life, I've turned up late.
What were you doing before though? Just
I've turned up
washing your
late,
hair?
and then I've heard a stat. Yeah, I've heard a stat that people who turn up late live longer. Why do you think that is?
Because you look after yourself more.
Like we give.
You were washing your balls.
We let.
He was washing his balls longer,
No,
wasn't he?
it is.
Did you hear me?
Check it.
I said
Check
he
it. We
was
can go
washing
back
his
in.
balls
Yeah, that's why he was late.
That's why I was late.
So like, I think where it comes from is like, more I'm gonna do everything on my time and like not getting pulled by all these people.
Yeah, but sometimes you've got to get pulled a bit because when there's so many choices in life and there's so many ways you can go, and that's the choice and the way you've chose to go.
Yeah. I
So you
always want to
kind
get that.
of-
I'm like a
it's-
10, 15-minute guy.
Yeah, but what? Wow.
No. If it's important, then it's like I'm.
So if
10,
your kid was being bored, yeah, you're about to have
Oh,
a kid.
no.
Would you be an hour
He's
late?
got a kid. He's got a kid.
No, I've got a child.
You'd be on time, wouldn't you?
No. That's.
He
Would
said
you be
no.
on time?
He said no.
No. Obviously, I would be on time.
On time for that.
Yeah, 100%.
So for you to be on time, it's got to be super, super, super important.
All right. What about dropping Gianni to school? Yeah, when she's a bit older, you have to.
No.
be on time.
I can't. No, when it's important, like for me, it's like. Yeah, weddings, parties, different places. Like, do you know, places
Yeah,
where
but that's a VIP mind. You just want to
Yeah.
VIP it when you get
You know what I mean?
You know, in that-
Even the club, I want to walk in at
When it's about to like last orders.
11:52. That shit's
Very
kicking.
precise. Last entry at 12. You're walking in at 11:52.
11:52, shit's kicking.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Literally,
mean?
yeah.
You've had enough pre-drinks before.
I've had enough pre-drinks,
Going and party.
but yeah, man. Before
So
I
anyway, going back to
Go
me
back
now.
to-
Enough about it. Enough about it now. What's going on? Come on, who are you interviewing here? We're coaching him into a corner.
But before I've interrupted you,
Go on.
Time.
So obviously leaving school, no GCSEs, didn't know what I was doing in my life. And I had to kind of find, well, we all have to do it. We have to find our way, don't we?
Yeah.
In here, and hope that people out here will maybe give us a bit of advice or a bit of guidance somewhere along the way. I actually did get a job as soon as I left school with no GCSEs, straight into hairdressing. And I think I only got that job because I was like confident but in the wrong way.
Was it like a proper job or like an apprenticeship or?
It was a proper job.
A proper job, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it was a proper job. It only lasted a week
Oh.
because I
That's
wasn't
not
on,
good.
because I wasn't on time. Exactly.
I understand that maybe work you have to turn up on time.
That's important, isn't it?
Yeah, the guy's gonna sack you, innit?
Exactly. Like,
But if you can wing the manager,
No, wait, she didn't wing the manager.
But what it is, you've got to try. Nobody's perfect. We can't always be on time, but you've just got to try.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But if you communicate in your brain, I'm going to be an hour and a half late, in some way, one day that will really mess you up.
Yeah.
You'll get really annoyed because I won't go too deep, but like you could be an hour and a half late, and that could be the car crash. You understand? But if you were an hour and a half earlier, you would have missed it. So I think you've got to go with.
what about the other way around though?
Well, it could be any way around, but I'm just trying to get that vision into you.
Do you know what?
So-
Yeah, I think he only turns up late to where like it doesn't really matter. People only.
It doesn't really matter. Like,
Okay, fine.
okay, so this podcast, I came on time.
Good.
Do you know what I mean? Innit? Like,
Nice.
But you went to a wedding.
but when I went to a wedding, we walked, but we can't. The problem is,
Yeah. Quickly.
we went late, but we went too late.
That's exactly what I mean. That's exactly
So
what
no, we nearly timed it right.
Nearly.
But we were 6 minutes off.
Yeah, so that's
So
off.
so we arrived 50.
they married.
We arrived 56 minutes late, and it started 50 minutes late.
Right.
But you still fucked it.
So you get me? So we fucked
Yeah.
it by 6 minutes, yeah. But if we turned up on time, I feel like we would have fucked it by 50 minutes.
Yeah, but now.
No. We made it.
Oh, okay.
So we missed the flower girl walking.
Yeah.
But then we seen at the exact moment when the groom started the vows.
Back to her.
Back to you.
So having that like 1 week job is
Oh,
a
yeah.
bit like crazy. And then I just kind of got into waitressing. So my mum owns a pub called the Castle Inn at Caldecott. I've had it for like 25, 30 years.
Still there.
Still there, I've still got it. So I got a job on pot wash. Then
Yeah.
I was a waitress. Then I was bar. Then I did a bit of like the chefing and the dessert. So I kind of just went through the whole journey really.
That whole industry, really.
But within that journey, I was stealing from shops, I was stealing from friends, I was stealing from family, I was smoking weed, I was doing MDMA, pills, magic mushrooms, you name it, I was doing it.
MDMA is good,
Yeah,
isn't
you
it?
name it, I was doing it, okay?
Don't you think MDMA is good?
I'm not a druggie anymore. So I'm not gonna-
Don't you think it's fucking like the experience in itself? Okay, it's fucking nuts, isn't it?
For me,
Like, do you know when they say ecstasy, they mean ecstasy,
yeah.
don't they?
So for me, obviously, like all the drugs, all the alcohol, all the stealing, it buried my true identity. It covered my soul up with a million
I was
bags
about
of
to say
soil.
that you're working, so did you, that money-wise, did you need to steal or did you just feel like stealing?
Felt like stealing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't need to.
You didn't need to, yeah, that's
No,
what I
no,
was
no, I
trying to
didn't
get.
need to. But I felt like doing it because
becomes a habit.
when you start doing it at 14
Yeah.
and then you're doing it at 18 and then you're
Just
doing it at
normal,
21,
Yeah, no,
it's normal. But
I
because
used to rob the shit out of Tesco Express.
Right, ringing Tesco.
Bro, daily routine.
No, what, because
Yeah.
you had to? Or
Sorry,
'cause just
I don't want to interrupt your story, but
Because you had to? Or
because so we can, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can
fine.
understand that.
Yeah.
No, did you do it because you had to or because it's just so easy?
So for me, yeah, I've always been about money, yeah,
Yeah.
and I wanted to fucking keep the £5
That you had?
I had, yeah. So then after school, so I could build that up, and then on the weekend, our whole year, yeah, like the ones who were like necessarily we would call them cool, would all go in session on the park and would all go nuts, innit?
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean? So I needed money
It's
for
similar
that.
to her, similar
yeah,
to
yeah,
her.
similar to her. That's why I'm like literally interrupting. Sorry.
Yeah.
So then I was like fucking.
Go on quickly.
Wait, so what I used to do is rob from Tesco's,
Keep the
eat
£5.
that, and sell that, and then I'd have extra money, so then I could ball out on the weekend with everyone else in it. Sorry, bang. Good luck.
So yeah, I think it's called a quick fix for a good habit for a quick fix.
Yeah.
Quick fix for no, what's the word? Quick fix for a quick fix to feel good, basically.
Yeah.
Quick fix to feel
Yeah.
good. But obviously, all them little quick fixes, them little habits, eventually they start affecting your brain, your heart, your kidneys, your liver, and just affecting the people around you as well. Especially when I was stealing from family, that's when it got to like the lowest part. Because my mum, she's really like beautiful and really kind and genuine. She wouldn't hurt a fly. So to steal, you know, from her house and do stuff like that, it was like really the lowest of the low.
Did she kind of know what was going on?
Yeah,
Like
she's
the whole-
been in the newspaper. I got a criminal record
fucking
for it and
hell.
everything. Yeah, I got done for it all in the end. Shit really hit the fan.
Yeah.
But I think no matter what you've been through in your life, no matter how dark or dodgy or random it is, if you've generally overcome it and you've got to a point where you are fully away from that whole situation, then you really can be a voice and you can speak out, because there's loads of people going through stuff like that now. And somebody like me, they might look at me and see my Instagram and all that, like, wow, look at her, she's killing it, like, rah, rah. But I used to be like an absolute dickhead and a thief and an absolute idiot, to be honest. But there is a way to really like overcome and become a better person, no matter what you've done. Obviously, I don't think rapists and people like that can really overcome. I think they'll always be scum of the earth. But
100%.
apart from that, you can become a better person.
I think you've had a lot of experiences, like even like bad ones, but you've made the most of it by like teaching other people kind of.
Yeah, it's not even really teaching. It's just being
Showing.
a really authentic spirit and actually caring, like from an actual truthful, caring point of view. Not, oh, I'm going to get you money, or oh, I'm building an academy. Like, I actually love bringing people around me and kind of like looking after them in a way and showing them that there's other good people on this planet. And if you ever do feel alone or you feel a bit...
I actually, sorry to interrupt you, I actually read your story, and did you change something what was working to actually do this?
What do you mean by that?
So like your studio, you had something there, it was working, it was making money.
Yeah.
But then you changed it into academy because this was more a self-worth.
Yeah, so like after going on that waitressing journey, I then kind of did hit that rock bottom. I really did get the community service, the drink driving. and I was in a hospital bed on a drip, and my mum was just lying next to me, and I genuinely thought my heart was going to stop beating. I was in the bed sit, and I lay down. It was like 6 in the morning, and my heart just was like, and I thought, I'd never felt the feeling before, and I thought, oh my God, it's just going to pack up. Like, it's going to just...
I'm done.
It's done.
Quick question: you're in the club, yeah? Are you one of them, yeah? What, sips their drinks, casually chills, or just necks it?
Neither.
Which one?
I just drink. I don't sip it or neck it. I just drink.
I
I just drink and drink. But what it is to me, what I used to do, I couldn't go out and go home at 3 o'clock. I'd be going out and coming home at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, yeah.
So I'd
Bender.
have to do the whole work.
Yeah.
Because for women, we do our makeup, we wear little cute dresses, guys are all flirting with you. And when you're single, you know, you're going out, you're looking good, you're feeling good, and it can get really addictive, that lifestyle. You know, it is addictive. But that addiction turns into misery in the end because it catches up on you and your energy and your system,
Because you
your
just
brain.
necessarily just...
Draining you, innit?
Yeah, it drains you. Your energy, your batteries just
It's nothing
hit red.
it's nothing what's going to last.
It's not productive.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're not paving a future for your kids or for anyone. You're just paving this path that's leaving a destruction.
Living for the moment, but in a negative way.
Yeah, exactly. So I basically met someone in 2011 that did...
Carl.
Who?
Is it Carl?
Yes.
Yeah,
Carl,
we
yeah. So I call him an angel.
We've done our homework.
Good. You did your homework. When was I born again?
Sorry?
When was I born?
89.
No, 1990.
No, not 99.
I was born in 1990.
Oh, 99?
Yeah, cool.
Sure.
So anyway, yeah, met the angel. And like I say, who you hang around with, you can, you know, follow their pattern, learn from them.
We even know where you met Carl in the club a few years ago.
Yes,
Or a year and a half
fine.
ago.
Yes, fine. So meeting him was a bit like a guide in a way.
Yeah.
Someone with true intentions.
Someone with true intentions, didn't smoke, didn't do drugs, didn't steal.
Yeah.
So he actually needed somewhere to live and messaged me on Facebook and asked if I had anywhere that he knew I could live in
Because
Leicester.
you remembered your dad was
I'll be honest, yeah, when I was
What?
reading through it, yeah,
Yeah.
at this moment, I was like, Carl's dodgy.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, before.
really?
I was like, this geezer straight away asking for shit.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no,
I'll be honest, I was
He was on
literally...
FaceTime to me while he was reading it.
I literally, you're on
you can
FaceTime this
go,
guy.
fucking Carl.
I was like, fucking Carl.
Carry
No,
on,
because at the start of the story, it was just...
Yeah,
do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
innit? And then we
yeah.
got to Carl, and then when I just heard Carl, and then I heard he wanted something, I was like... Sorry.
So you've read my story, yeah?
Yeah, I
So
read it.
let's just cut that now. There's a big film going up. So let's pretend you've not read the story.
Yeah, Carl, go on.
Yeah, let's just...
So
let's
in my
take
head, I'm like,
forward.
Carl... So I'm like, at that exact moment, I'm
Yeah.
like, fucking hell, Carl's on it now.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, again, this angel's come into my life, and I used to smoke like 30 fags a day. So coming out of like smoking 30 fags to actually not smoking, it took like 3 months.
completely.
But after 6 months,
Yeah.
I wasn't smoking fags, I wasn't taking drugs, I wasn't hanging around with the people I was with. And all these negative habits basically fell off like dead skin. But underneath them all falling off, I was a broken, lost, damaged soul that had no intelligence, no stamina, no motivation, nothing. I was just like an empty frying pan that had been fried about 1,000 times, and it was just waiting for the next sausage to come in. Or bacon, whatever you want it to be. That sounds dodgy. But I was just waiting, you know. So to make that frying pan new again, I had to really like go on a mission, a transformational journey. So it started off in modelling.
Yeah.
Any girl, most girls, whenever they start off in modelling, especially when they're like 21, 22.
You get little perverts.
Well, no, it starts off very glamoury, you know, using your body as a tool. And for me, like, I used to get opportunities to be on like front pages of magazines if I would go and do something dodgy with the guy that owned the magazine. There's some really slimy,
Dodgy.
disgusting... Right now, as we speak, it's happening again. Really slimy
The whole
people out
industry
there.
is just...
Yeah, big slime balls. Slime balls, mate.
Do you reckon women experience that a lot in whether it's Hollywood,
Off the scale.
off the scale,
Off the scale.
Behind the scenes,
if they want
now
the
it's getting more
if they want the
talked about.
opportunity right there and then
Yeah, you toss me off, I'll put you on the front page of a magazine. It's absolutely
and
disgraceful.
it's hard for like a person who's dedicated their life day in, day out for that opportunity, and they've just slammed that in front of you.
Not just that, actually. It's harder for a person that's striving for their first opportunity to get them that kind of response.
On a pedestal,
It's
straight away.
actually damaging, you know. It's
And we're talking about
damaging.
young women here.
Young women, yeah, definitely. Slimy men wanting young women in to do stuff for them for their ego. You know, it's terrible. So anyway, I went through a very strange journey to start off with, and then as I kind of did more, I started to get a bit creative with myself. And I think when you are modelling, you have to think about the backgrounds, the fashion, the makeup, the hair.
Everything.
Everything.
It's all part of a puzzle, isn't it?
Yeah, and the photographer as well. There's some extremely talented and skilled photographers out there that are really cool, and it's really fun. It's very good for confidence building, self-love. It's good to create a big social media with, because when you love who you are and you can show who you are in a good quality way, that also brings people towards you, and it makes people want to maybe get to know you or
resonates with
resonate, or even just look up to you and go, wow, how does she do that? And you know, I think being in front of the camera is one of the biggest elements that we should all be doing on a weekly basis, because it's character building. Self-expression, basically. So yeah, did the modelling for quite a while. Then I got into doing competitions. So I've done the British Bikini Championship, Miss Garlogy Casino, Miss Midlands UK, Miss Leicestershire. I just went on like a real journey with that, and that was really good. Positive, because then you're around people that are trying in life. You're around people that are, you know, wanting to like step up a little bit and get in the
They've got a
spotlight.
motive, they've got a goal.
Got a motive and a goal. But I'd say the biggest thing that helped me to start with, to get me on that journey, was definitely going to the gym. I don't think if the gym door was available to me, I would have really built the motivation up to want to do the modelling and to go on that kind of journey. And then after the competitions, that's when the TV show industry opened up. Like I could see myself having my own TV show on Channel 4, like Ellen, someone really famous. Like I'm right up the top there. But the TV industry is huge, and it's very difficult to find the right way
I was
to
about
go.
to say, do you reckon if you were based in London, it would be easier for you to get TV?
Not necessarily. I've been on ITV, Channel 4, Channel 5, you know, and it's like the ocean, you know. It's a big place to be. But when
It's like 1 foot in.
1 foot in, yeah, 1 foot in.
I mean, have you heard of Nines?
Who?
Nines.
Yeah.
Rapper.
Yeah.
So he's got like an album with 1 foot in.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean, 1 foot into the industry.
Yeah, that's it. But the thing is, you can make your own world, and that's why I own a life coaching practice, because I make my own industry. I've created my own footprint to the world, and that's why it's so important. So yeah, 2016, done all that, got to the point where I was in London one day. I was wearing Karl Lagerfeld shoes, really massive heels, with this beautiful dress. And I went, I cannot apply for one more modelling agency. I cannot apply to be in someone else's music video, someone else's TV show. I've had enough.
I need to do my own.
I've had enough. It's
Sorry to
time
interrupt
to
you.
step up.
What music videos have you done?
I've been in Dappies from
Dappy,
Airdogs.
yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Which one?
Animal.
Animal, yeah?
Yeah. So like.
No, I'm interested.
Yeah.
So like.
You thought, this is it. I'm not doing.
Yeah, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not being the object anymore. Like, I've
Object
got-
in the video.
Yeah. It's all good fun. It's good fun, but you're not gonna you're not gonna get the winner. You're not gonna win like that.
This is just for now, innit?
It's good for character building again, but you're not a winner. So 2016, my grandma and my dad got really ill in the same year, both of old age. My grandma was in her 90s, my dad was in his 80s. And my dad was extremely successful. He was a multi-millionaire. But he worked really hard for his money. And sometimes when you hear somebody say, oh, my mum and dad are multi-millionaires, but they worked hard.
Yeah.
Hard.
They didn't just get it on a plate.
No, they didn't get it on a plate.
Grafted for that,
My
innit?
mum used to live on a bus. Like, mum used to live on a bus growing up, so they worked really hard together.
So when going back to when you were younger, so when your father moved out the house, was you still in contact with him?
Yes and no, not for the 7 years that I was off the rails, not really.
Was
but
that more his part or your part?
I'd say both, really. In all honesty, like when my dad left, he wasn't being very nice to my mum, and I used to smoke a lot of weed. And he once found some weed in the bathroom, and he came downstairs with the weed and said, "Oh, she's smoking weed." And I got the controller, and I threw the controller at his head from the sitting room to the kitchen. And as I threw it, he came at me, and I stood up and I punched him clean in the side of the face.
Did you knock him out?
He fell over and I broke his glasses and I busted his nose in one punch. So that was the anger that...
You basically knocked your dad out.
I knocked my dad out. I did. But, you know, moving forward from that, bless his heart, rest in peace, Dad, I love you, all right. We left on a good note. When he left the world, we left on a good note.
No, 100%. I'm really happy for that.
2016, Dad was ill. I was going in and out of the care home, supporting my grandma. Literally the whole year, I reckon I was going in and out of care homes. Have you been in a care home before?
Just see anyone?
No, I haven't.
Have you?
Thankfully.
I don't think I have, you know.
It's... A
can imagine it.
A care home is worse than a funeral.
Yeah,
it's worse than a graveyard. A care home is like before the end of life, but not the end of life.
I could compare it to seeing my granddad, but like my granddad... Like he died at his my uncle's home. So like he lived at home all the way, but like watching him deteriorate.
Yeah.
So I'm comparing that to their like.
Exactly.
Loads of them, loads of your granddads.
Yeah, loads of them. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the deterioration factor's nasty, especially my dad. Like he went in with a bust hip, and then it kind of went downhill from there. He had a house in Cape Town in South Africa, and he got mugged. He got smacked round the back of the head with a baseball bat, and he got his wallet took out, and he bust his hip. So since that day, that's when he kind of
Where was that again?
deteriorated.
South Africa.
It's South Africa.
South Africa, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't fuck about that.
No, they don't, definitely don't.
Out there,
They're dangerous everywhere.
Did you ever
though.
travel with your dad?
No, not really. Only when I was younger.
Yeah.
So my biggest thing was showing my dad that I could be successful. Because dads do want their children to be successful. And because he wasn't well, I really had to kind of think outside the box.
Yeah.
So we had this old garage in Leicester, and I said to my dad, I said, look, if you could leave me anything, could you leave me this old garage? And he said yes. So week after week, month after month, I was still working in like the waitressing world at this point as well. And I just started like building the ground floor, just refurbishing it. It took me about 8 months to do the ground floor. And had like a big launch party, 70 people came. And at that point, I thought I was going to do a modelling/talent agency. That was what I thought I would do. And then as time went forward, I realised that I was like the middleman. So I was helping everybody get work. I was helping everybody win. But I was behind the scenes. And for me, I like to be 50% in front of the camera, and I like to be 50% behind the camera.
Doesn't get enough of the cake.
Yeah, you get a bit of everything. Life is for experiencing. You've got to experience all angles of the pie to become the best version of yourself. So in 2017, I had my awakening. It took me until 2017 to realise I was a skeleton with 206 bones. And when I realised that we were on a planet floating in the universe, that's when my true identity as Celestia opened up. So my real name is Sophie Celestia Barby.
Okay, that's what you was asking. Is that a real
Sophie,
I'm like, is that your real name?
yeah, Sophie's the old me. Sophie's the druggy, the alcoholic version. Celestia's the heavenly creature come to save the humans from destruction and whatever. So
the name matches up.
yeah, it matches up. So I had this beautiful moment where I was at my mum's in the countryside and I was looking up to the universe, because we can all see the universe. But when I realised the planet was floating, I was like, what the hell? Okay, we're on a planet, we're in the universe, we've got the star, we've got the moon, everything's there. But then it's floating. And I was like, wow, we live in magic. We live in like this magical world. And no matter where you are, whether you're in the supermarket, whether you're having sex with your partner, whether you're having a posh meal, whether you're in the shower, putting your shoes on, no matter what you're doing, where you are, no matter what time it is, we are on a planet right now that's floating in the universe. Yeah. And when that vision opened up, I wanted to start asking people if they knew that they were on a planet. So I started going around, like, even if I was in a club, I'd go, do you know you're on a planet floating in the universe? And I would promise you 70% of the people I asked would say they either thought I was weird, they told me to shut up, they said I was delusional. And it really made me realise that I had a gift to kind of show people the bigger vision. Yeah. They were stuck in a small-minded, materialistic...
In their routine, in their...
Well, a materialistic, small-minded mind.
In their buzz, where they get their buzz.
But a small buzz. It's like it's like they're stuck in a wall. There's a wall, you know, and the universe is you know, limitless.
There's no graph for the buzz.
No graph for the buzz. Yeah.
So like, there's no hard work. Like, so like something you would try and do for like 2-3 weeks, and then you'll feel the buzz afterwards.
You've got to think, the brain, your brain has no limits, and the universe is so big. So imagine when you're feeling really low and depressed, like, oh, I can't do this anymore. And you think how massive the universe is, and how wide it is, and how big it is. And you're in this little brain going, I can't do this anymore. And then you think, whoa, boom. Like, it's the atmosphere,
no, it's
the
mad.
air.
I've never thought of it like that. Yeah,
the
like,
atmosphere,
I've always
the air.
known that, we're a planet just floating in the universe, but I've never looked at it in that way. Like,
the big air, like massive. Anyway, so I did a women empowerment session 2017, and these women came, 6 women. They all came as strangers, and they all opened up, they cried, they shared their emotions, and they all left like following each other on social media and connecting, and it was just the most beautiful thing, because they were all from different cultures, different backgrounds, different beliefs, and that's what made it special. And then from that moment, I then realised that there was a way to become a life coach, there's a way to become a mentor, and that's when the industry kind of opened up. And I'm definitely completely self-taught to a level where, I've read books, I listen to, I don't read books, I listen to Audible.
Where can they find you?
What, right now, sitting here next to you, I'm here.
No. For life coach and...
So the best thing is just to follow me on my Instagram, Celestia, CELESTIA _boss_VIP. VIP means very inspirational person. So when you're creating something from nothing and then you're actually making it into something special and something fulfilling, that you can bring people in and give them an experience 100%. That can predominantly change their life, it's extremely rewarding, and it challenges me on a daily basis, because you don't know who's going to come next. You don't know what's going to be put on your plate next. But I've had people from all different backgrounds, from disabilities.
What's the biggest change you've done in someone's life? As in, what's the...
That you felt, that,
what's the worst you've got on someone, and then now you look at them now, after they visited you?
I'll give you 2 different things. So the first one was somebody who wouldn't leave the house, couldn't drop their kids off at school, didn't want to work, overweight, you know, just struggling, you know, just
struggling to wake up,
just in like an absolute rut. So COVID opened up Zoom. Before COVID, I coached face-to-face only. But when that happened, the whole Zoom opened up.
You had to adapt.
Exactly. So I was coaching people in Saudi Arabia, America, all over the world. And I remember my first client.
Was that an opportunity, what opened up for you?
Massive opportunity. Huge.
The COVID was an actual... it was a positive
well,
in your life.
it wasn't a positive, but it was a moment of, okay, let's go online now.
Yeah.
I can never sit here and say it's positive because that's disrespectful for anyone that's died during that time. But it definitely.
But it's weird. Like in COVID, a lot of people actually. Okay, you should never get rich off someone else's expense, but a lot of people turn COVID into a positive.
Well, you've got to imagine, I can make.
Which you did.
I did. So I've got my slippers on, I've got my pyjama bottoms on, I've got a really nice top on, I've got my hair done, and I'm coaching someone, but I'm still in the comfort of my own home. It's awesome. And then you've got, not one to judge, but I reckon if all the webcam models came to me, I could just turn them into life coaches. Because the money they earn is the same money I earn, but I'm not getting my tits out.
You're not one of these.
And your job's probably more.
You know what I'm saying? I've done webcam modelling. I've done it. I've been there. I've got the T-shirt. But what I'm saying is, there's other ways to make money online, and I'm living proof of that. You know. So.
Are you on about OnlyFans?
Pardon?
Are you on about OnlyFans?
Well, just any webcam or anything like that. Anything like that. There's always another way. Yeah.
I've got some saved.
So for me at the moment, like, I've now built, again in lockdown, I built the second floor to the studio. So I invested more money in and built that second floor. It's beautiful. It's got like a meditation room. It's got VIP red carpets. It's got the VIP booth. It's got all the photography set up. It's got everything possibly in there. I've spent about 250 grand in there during the last 6 years doing it up.
Whereabouts is it located?
It's on Kingsley Street.
Kingsley Street.
Yeah, if anyone comes and rob me, we've got CCTV cameras. I'm coming for you. But no.
So this is what me and Jay wanted to mainly know. Is a life coach for anyone or someone whose life is tits up?
Anyone.
Yeah,
No,
anyone.
I understand.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I could walk in there and become a better man.
Definitely, 100%. What it is self-promotion is limitless, and whoever you team up with, like I'm here today with you guys, we're teaming up. You're promoting me today, So you come to me, you team up with me, I promote you. I'm just a massive promotional bitch. I like promoting myself, and I thrive off promoting others. I'm tagging every single person I hang around with.
It works tit for tat.
Tit for tat.
But in a positive way.
In a positive way. And the best thing is I've got the life coaching practice, but I also hire the studio out, and I have fashion designers and fashion campaigns that come through. So there's lots of other ways that I make money within the space as well. But it's never easy, You're always looking for or waiting for that next client,
Your job probably never stops. You just constantly working.
Sometimes you're absolutely so busy that you can't take everyone on. Sometimes it's quieter, It comes in waves. But I believe in humanity, and I believe that people will come to me, and that's why social media again has been the best way. Because without social media, where are you? Do you know what I mean? Where are you?
Okay, I've got a question for you. So about this, obviously, you said everything changed at 14, but you've had good experiences. Would you go back to 14 and change anything and learn from mistakes, or you're happy with how everything, not happy with how it turned out, but you learned from the mistakes, and you become this person who you are because of that?
Yeah, you can't go back in time, It's a funny thing to say, but you've lived that life, you've done what you've done. Obviously, if I could have done it a little bit less, 4 years, lost soul, not 7, I overdid it a little bit. But I think I'll always try my best to help people, and that is all you can do in this world.
100%.
You still have to help yourself. You can't leave yourself behind, but I just think there's a lot of people out there that are needing good people to do good things with. It's a big world as well, isn't it?
It is. I've got loads of questions, but
big
you know
world.
what?
Go on, shoot it,
but you've already answered them all. Literally, like, what did you do before you became a life coach?
Yeah.
What kind of goals / challenges do your clients typically have?
I actually was going to tell you before another scenario of the change. Shall I tell you that first?
Yeah, tell us that, yeah. That'll probably answer more.
So, like, the other scenario was somebody who got disabilities quite heavily, in and out of the hospital scenario regularly, very, very low confidence, not very confident in a public scenario, who landed on my doorstep actually through accident in a way, because they had an opportunity to do a photo shoot and then they landed in. And that person in the end did a public talk at their school. They spoke on stage at my event in front of 500 people. They wrote their own book. They did various interviewing with at least 60 people with predominantly blue ticks, when blue ticks was real. And just become somebody who got on an airplane, went on holiday on their own, just did stuff that stepped out, stepped
one
out.
extreme to the other.
Stepped out the bubble.
Stepped out, yeah. Yeah, that's it. And it's just, it's one extreme to the other. And the same with the girl. The girl I said about, she was locked in, etc. else. She's got her own 2 businesses now. She's earning actually probably more money than me, no joke. She's actually smashing it out the water. She walks her kids to school. She thinks about what she eats. She's on social media, posting away. She's confident. She loves herself. She took photos. She's, she does everything that she should be doing. And sometimes people just need a little bit of a tweak and a push. It's basically like they've got grey spots and you go in and you just change it to gold. That's what you do.
And it's a complete setup.
Yeah.
It's a complete setup to change your life.
You don't have to make there's no such thing as perfect. You don't have to turn someone 100%. But you're turning them
best of their ability.
The best thing is someone comes to you and you say, how much, well, I'll ask you the question, how much do you love yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
10.
10, yeah?
Good.
What about yourself?
Probably about 8.
An 8, okay, fine. So you're a little bit there, but most people are a 4 or 5 or a 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've learned over the years to love myself more than... At this moment, a lot of people call it big-headed.
But it's, no, that's...
But before my daughter, I've learned to love myself more than anyone.
Yeah, good.
You know what I mean? This is the only person at this moment I love more than myself is my daughter.
Yeah.
But through that, I got a lot of love for other people.
Yeah, nice.
Do you know what I mean? And I've just created that. Do you know what I mean? Because if you don't love yourself,
how can you love others?
How you got love for someone else?
True, definitely.
I've always thought that. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of people can be like, "Oh no, you've got an ego. You love yourself too much."
But you have to. That's isn't it?
Yeah. Love is energy, and it's transmitted.
Not even that. If you yourself, that's crazy. In my mind, that you don't love yourself. Do you know what I mean? If you break that down.
And
break that down.
That's a big part of the coaching vision, knowing that people are lower than an 8, and you can just show them more love, you know.
And how to love themselves as well.
Yeah, it's just evolving. It's called evolving.
Yeah, because some people are cruel to themselves.
Very, very cruel.
Very cruel.
Very
to themselves.
cruel.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said before, nobody's perfect, but there's definitely a way to step up and become a bit more motivated, really. So yeah.
All right, cool. So should we do a couple of with your others?
Yeah, let's bang them out then.
Ready? All right, so... Okay, this is not would you rather. What superpower would you have if you could have any?
Him or me? He looked at him.
Both of you, anyway.
You might as well go
Go on,
first.
you go first.
Superpower. That's a good one.
Fly?
No, I haven't think about this one.
What about you? It takes long to think.
I take long. You go. Are you quick?
This sounds really strange. It's the first thing that came to my mind, but I don't know if it's the right thing to say. But I thought, help make the blind see.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Imagine if you could
I
make
wasn't
the
thinking
blind
that
see.
direction, to be honest.
You were thinking
Mad,
about
isn't it?
flying.
I was thinking flying in the I was being selfish.
Really? So have you got one or no?
We probably have to say flying.
All right, cool. Would you rather have a pause button in life or a rewind button?
Mine's pause.
Pause.
Straight away.
Rewind.
Rewind, okay.
Rewind selector.
Would you rather be able to take back anything you say or hear any conversation that is about you?
Take back anything to say.
Take back.
Yeah, I don't want to hear everything what everyone says about me.
So it takes back to say that.
All right, this is the last thing you want. What would you rather hunt and butcher your own meat or never eat meat again?
Never eat meat again.
Never eat meat again. That's the only thing that will make me a vegetarian.
You said you'd to butcher chicken and
Maybe maybe I could chop the chicken's head. But that's about it. I'm not chopping like some lambs and this and that. I'm not going to a mad thing. Like
Everything's a
and it's
spirit
wrong.
though, right?
It's wrong though. Like,
And it's funny though, how we would judge a creature from the way it looks when it's a spirit though. Still a spirit.
I got like the way chickens just get murked. Like man's got like no care for it.
No, but like people like believe, people who are vegetarian, which is one thing that I do believe, they believe that if you kill someone, then that's a dead soul and you're consuming a dead soul. You know when you... Like,
Man's got
no,
bare
that's right.
souls.
innit? Huh?
Man's got bare souls.
You got bad dead souls.
Man's got bare dead souls in my
Okay,
body.
so these next two are funny ones, yeah?
Bro, do you know for our barbecue,
Yeah.
guess how many sheep died for the amount of lamb chops we ate?
So how many was it? 150 lamb chops?
150 lamb chops. How many sheep died for our...
But do you know the answer?
I know the answer. I asked him.
What, you asked them how many sheep did they kill?
Yeah, I was asking how many sheep does it take for 150 lamb chops, bro?
15.
No. That's not that. It's too many. Do you think I'm a heartless bastard?
Oh shit, less than that. Four.
6.
Oh, 6. Oh,
6 sheep.
you bastard.
You had 8 lamb chops.
Okay. This one's a funny one, yeah? You lot answer this as well at the back, and you lot in the comments. Would you rather have a third nipple or an extra toe?
You told me this one earlier, and I was in 2.
I'd have a third nipple.
Aaron, what about you? You've had time to think about it.
I didn't even think about it. I just started laughing.
What about you, Jed? You lot?
Extra toe.
Aaron? Aaron ain't got space for extra toe. You're going to have a third nipple.
I'm gonna math.
What it is though, a nipple's sexy, so it's like sexual. A toe is ugly.
Not for a guy though.
Why not?
Oh, an extra one.
Extra nipple, like nipples not attractive to a woman, are they?
Well, I think so. Yeah. Little nips.
Well, this is a stupid one, but I heard it, so fuck it. Would you rather shit bricks or vomit snails?
Vomit snails.
No, not a brick. Not a brick. Not a brick. Yeah, vomit snails.
Snails, what about you lot? No one wants shit bricks?
No.
What about you? Would you shit brick?
Nah, I'm not. You know what, yeah?
You just shattered brick before you got in here.
In France, they eat snails, isn't it?
I thought
Yeah,
you
they
meant
do.
in France you shat a brick.
Innit? So what if you went on a night out in France,
God.
yeah? And you got pissed?
Would you eat insects and stuff?
No, I'm not an insect eater.
Like, if you went Thailand, would you eat a cockroach?
No, it wouldn't appeal
Would
to
you?
me.
No, I went. I didn't.
You asking her like you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. No, I didn't.
I wouldn't. That's not me, man.
No.
Okay, what is your favourite ever holiday destination?
Iceland.
Oh, my mum and dad just went to Iceland maybe 2 months ago.
Nice.
And they go, it was sick.
Sick.
But it was expensive. Food and that.
Yeah, I think everywhere's expensive though.
Yeah. But they went to the volcano, they went to see the
Blue Lagoon,
Blue Lagoon, the lights, what's it called?
the Northern Lights.
Yeah, they went to see
Yeah,
it,
it's epic out there. It's
They
beautiful.
just landed there, rented the car and just done their own thing, but then the Northern Lights, they weren't part of it.
Everything's like really natural,
Oh,
and
they've
that's
seen the
why it's
Northern
so
Lights, yeah?
beautiful.
Yeah, did
That's
you see
it.
the Northern Lights?
No, I didn't. Look for them. Had a camper van as well.
Yeah.
Proper look for them. Couldn't find it.
I think my parents said they went 3 nights, so the first 2 nights they weren't there, and the third night they got lucky.
Yeah, it is. Get lucky. It literally
Yeah.
is.
That's it.
But
Yeah.
your best ever holiday?
You're stroking the mic.
You always do. Silly.
Wanking it
Las
off.
Vegas.
What, Las Vegas?
Las Vegas.
LA, yeah.
No, Las Vegas.
Las Vegas is your favourite place.
Yeah, that's
been?
the best holiday I've been to.
Oh right, fine.
It
Yeah,
was,
I've,
it was lit.
It was lit, yeah?
It was
yeah,
lit.
it's pretty cool. I did a photo shoot
It
in
was
Casino.
lit. I didn't sleep for 3 days.
Really?
Yeah, straight. They pump oxygen into the hotel. So
You
like,
go to Dre's?
yeah, Dre's,
Yeah, I did as well.
It's nuts.
I got my drink spiked in Dre's.
Yeah.
Have you ever had your drink spiked?
Oh, maybe in India, remember? That's what I was going to say, go. I remember when we all got fucked.
You got fucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I must have got spiked there. Or,
You sure you didn't spike yourself?
I never believed that a man gets spiked. Is that sexist?
Well, you can if you've got a big Rolex, I'm sure.
That's what
It's more common for a girl to get spiked, but a man can still be
I genuinely
spiked.
believe that when a man says he's got spiked, I'm like, sure, you twat, you had too many vodkas.
Yeah, but whenever
I'm not wrong.
whenever somebody says they get spiked, people don't believe them.
Yeah.
No, I believe girls. I've always, like, if a girl says they got spiked, then yeah.
Probably did.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It probably did.
What was the other question? You had a couple of questions, remember?
Where am I?
You got a script.
No, I told him to write just a couple down and he said he did. Let's see if you want.
Oh, I've
That's
completed.
Snapchat, mate.
I don't know.
He's got one question there.
Go on.
Go on. Don't read the question.
What would you like to achieve from life?
That you've not achieved already, actually.
Oh, what I've not achieved already?
Yeah.
That's a great question. I think for me, it's just about like expansion more than anything. Having that massive team.
Yeah.
Like I have tried to build a team, but I think you need to have like really strong partnerships.
Yeah.
That have,
And you all need to be on the same wavelength and same level.
yeah, my biggest dream is to have a big team, basically.
Yeah.
That would be the most important thing. So you've got like one big family that are changing lives on the planet.
We'll be your podcast team.
Nice.
Get
Like
us
that. Yeah, like that.
We'll come
But
on
yeah,
sober. You know?
I think, you know, the most important thing as well is just to live as long as possible. Like, we're all out here surviving, really. So for me, it's just about living as long as possible and just keeping strong. Do you go to the gym or do you only do any fitness or?
I go to the gym for 2 weeks, as my missus told me today, and then she goes, after 2 weeks, I quit every time.
Do you? Why do you feel like you quit?
Well, this time it was unfortunate. I was trying to help my wife, taking clothes outside, and my daughter left her scooter there, and I put one leg on the scooter. I kind of did the splits when I couldn't.
You told me this one.
And I like
You
tore
fell?
my ligament or something, yeah.
Yeah, but you could still do other exercises, you see. You're just kind of looking at whatever.
Nah, the scooter was peak, man.
No, but I was
Scooter
out,
was peak,
but-
man. The guy did the splits, man.
Will you guys ever quit smoking?
I think smoking.
That's a good question.
I think smoking's a positive in my life
Why?
because it.
No.
Sorry.
He needs to answer.
So I think in my life, I'm more calm. I more or less give a fuck about about the world.
What, because you smoke?
Yeah.
Why?
As in, like, let's smoke, just give a fuck. Like, I'm just in my.
So you're saying that smoking has to control you for you to less give a fuck of what other people think?
No,
You've got a mask. That's called a mask.
Naturally, I do, but then even more, like, when I'm just.
But how do you know naturally? You've never not smoked, have you?
Like,
She got you.
no, like, since I was younger, like, yeah.
But you don't. When was that? Like
No,
4
but
years?
I've analysed this. I thought it's like quitting that, and then I thought it's generally a positive. I think
It's genuinely an addiction.
no, it's a positive. It's like
But do you think your like internal organs are saying the same
no, but like
tune, or do you
the
think they are? being
years I
affected?
live here, I'd rather live them high than not high. innit?
But then just die high.
No, but I'm gonna live it high. Innit? I'm gonna live it with you, like everything. But everything's good.
Do you-
But like, I feel like it's more. I feel like everyone else is just like on a mad thing, and then I'm just like,
Hi.
yeah, man. Like, yeah, man. Like,
Do you think that's quite sloppy?
not sloppy. Like, I'm still achieving stuff, but I'm just doing it in my own way and at my own pace. And
But you reckon if you quit it, you could reach high levels of heights if you're doing it at a different pace?
for me, it's not like more what I'm achieving. It's more necessarily.
Do you smoke in front of your daughter?
No, I don't.
Why?
Because I believe before 25, I wouldn't want to smoke cannabis. But after 25,
Yeah, but why?
After 25, I wouldn't mind if she smoked
No,
cannabis.
but why before 25?
Huh?
Because she's not. Why before 25?
Because your brain's not fully developed.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So I look at.
So you're
at
telling me right now your brain's fully developed because you smoke it and you've been...
No. It's as in I started at 16, I wouldn't want my daughter to start when I'm 16.
Okay, so you're telling me it stunted your growth then because you've smoked it before?
No, I'm not saying that. Like,
do you think if you removed it from your system completely, that you would evolve?
I look at it as in, like, it's a positive. It's like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, it's like people like look at alcohol, but cannabis is actually a positive in your life, isn't it?
It is for somebody that smokes it.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're one of them people who like sit in your room and you play console all the time, then fair enough. But you've got Wiz Khalifa, you got Snoop Dogg, you got like very inspirational people.
Yeah, but there's always a slur to these kind of people. There's always like a slur.
But there's nothing wrong with the slur.
No, but wait.
But do you think though, like, if you stop, then you could maybe be a different version of you that you've not felt?
No, but I'm enjoying
before?
this more.
Yeah, but you've not felt the other version.
No, like this is what we were on about last week. Like, I feel like there's a lot of outside people who want to feel like telling me whether I should get high or not. Like, I'm enjoying this.
But I used to get high for like 7 years. I smoked weed every day for 7 years, and I think it just, we've all got a brain, we've got a soul, we've got an energy, we've got one life to live. And if I was consistently drinking alcohol or consistently smoking weed or consistently eating pizza or consistently doing something regularly, consistently, it takes away the freedom of your natural soul's ability. It just, there's a freedom of a soul inside of you that's being masked.
But that's like a part of my soul.
It is because you want it to be, but if you took it away, then you would
No,
find
it's a part of who I am, innit? It's like...
You know what? The people, obviously, people say that some people are inspired. It opens up like another brain.
So I went...
Yeah, but you can do that and then just...
I
get
went
off
Jamaica,
it, you know?
yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I went Jamaica, and before I went Jamaica, I was just a Sikh. When I came back from Jamaica, and still to this day, I'm a Rastafarian. I'm half Rastafarian, half Sikh, innit? No, the people could laugh, but I see the way these Rastas live their life.
I've been to Jamaica too, yeah.
I've seen the way these Rastas live their life, and they live a life a lot better than us.
Yeah, but...
They do, like, they're way more at peace.
What, the way of
I think peace is when you're not addicted
Rastas,
to
yo,
something.
bro, have you ever seen...
Have
you ever seen a Rasta
there's
smile,
a way
bro?
to just not be addictive to something.
But have you seen a Rasta smile?
Probably, yeah.
Bro, you could not fuck with a Rasta smile, bro.
Oh, they're happy.
Bro, more happy than you can ever believe, brother. Every second of the day. Everything airy. You know what I mean? I fell in love with Jamaican culture. Absolutely fell in love with it. Like, the whole Rastafarian, where it comes from, and the whole peaceful and the love.
When you get stoned, though.
And you take away the materialistic and everything. Like, for me, like, a part of me wanted to go. So you got Chan, yeah? He's got a friend in Jamaica, yeah, which he made, yeah? And he inherited a house, yeah? And the house, in his back garden, he's got a fucking water fountain.
Yeah.
He's got a fucking water fountain, G, bro.
That's it.
Nah, bro, you don't understand, bro. He's got a water fountain going through his fucking back.
Oh, like a natural one.
Water fountain from the fucking mountain, bro.
Oh, natural
yeah,
one.
Montego Bay, bro.
Sick,
Like, the guy's, bro, like, it's worth over 10 million.
Yeah.
And he never sells it, bro. But he's not worth more than 100 grand.
Yeah.
He's inherited something, what's 10 million. But, bro, that's the most beautiful place ever, bro. The guy chongs out, bro, yeah? He's got his family there, bro. They grow bud, bro, yeah? He's living my dream, yeah? He's got a 3-bedroom house here, next to a mountain with the water fountain coming through, yeah? He's got fresh fruits growing, and he's got over 1,000 plants growing where he sells them, and him and his child water the bud plants, G.
Yeah.
Bruv, them man were happy, bro.
No, I've said it before. There's difference between abusing it and using it.
I've never seen something so much big.
I think using and abusing is the same word, to be honest.
I'll be honest, I will back you, skunk is getting a bit mad.
It does.
Yes.
It does
No,
play with. Does it not play with your brain a little bit?
Skunk's getting a bit mad.
Be honest.
But this naturally grown weed in Jamaica, bro. The whole setup, bro, is a positive, innit, bro?
Do you think weed plays with your intelligence of your brain? Do you ever feel like a bit anxiety or a bit Does it not play with a little
got,
bit?
like-
Be honest.
We've gone over about 10 minutes, but
Answer that one question. Then.
but we're going to carry on for about another 5 minutes, but we have to wrap this up soon.
Good.
But what was the question?
Do you get like a little bit anxiety or like is there anything?
No
in there?
anxiety. No.
It just makes him hungry. I've been sleeping.
That's what it is. I don't get anxiety. Like, like everything's blessed. Like my confidence is massive. Like, do you know what I mean? Like when people ask me like, how do you play a football? I'm like, I'm Cristiano Ronaldo. Like when people ask me when I'm fucking, how do you play a
think it's
basketball? I'm
affecting your heart?
LeBron James.
Do you think it's affecting your heart though?
No. My heart's filled with love.
No, but like healthy wise.
No, like when I smoke one, bro, man's got bare love. When I don't smoke one, bro, my love's a bit low. It's a bit low, bro, innit? Like if you catch me in the morning, bro, straight thing, like let me bun one, innit? Man's got more love for you, innit?
For me, breath is your life and your life is your breath.
Yeah.
So every day you're.
Do you think the whole world would be kinder if everyone woke up and bunt a big gram spliff?
I think they'd all be just dreary, wouldn't
No,
they?
would they be kinder? That's the question. Would they be kinder?
I don't think kinder is the right answer. I think confused is the answer.
Everyone would be high. But I
Everyone
know
would
what
just
you're
be
getting
confused.
at. Everybody be relaxed.
Everyone, not necessarily.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily. It can make you paranoid. It
That's-
doesn't
that- I
necessarily
think
make
it-
you relax.
It makes you paranoid if you've got something to be paranoid about. You know, if you're happy and content.
Do you think
with what
paranoia is
got-
good though?
No.
Depends on your situation.
Nah, paranoia is.
No, but maybe your mind's telling you you're in a situation and you need to
that's
be
cool.
paranoid to be able to be alert to your situations, what's about to come to at you.
That's called like your gut feeling, isn't it? It's not paranoia. That's like your.
No, like you're paranoid. No, if you're paranoid, it's for a reason, isn't it? Because something might be coming, isn't it?
Yes and no. There's different ways to
It
look at
depends.
it.
innit?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you answered the question. We need
Brilliant.
to shout out to the sponsors
Right.
before we think wrap up. So, shout out RS Classic Glazing, shout out Mama's Kitchen, shout out Inbreed Designs, big up Flexi Vehicle Hire, and shout out Pero 2.
And last but not least, shout out.
Oh wait, shout out.
Celestia Boss VIP. Go follow me on Instagram. We'll say it again. CELESTIA_boss_VIP. VIP means
Very inspirational person.
inspirational person.
brilliant.
Yeah. And
It's a wrap.
Big up Leicester Podcast Studio every time.
All right, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.